We still have several more hours to go today until we start to see more accumulating snowfall and sleet potential. And I guess that is good for us right now because we already have our issues on the roads due to those icy conditions and temperatures below the freezing mark. Let's get into the forecast a bit more. Not much has changed since last night. Our models continue to come into fine agreement. Our confidence increasing on this system. We still have some questions though. We think we'll see mainly snowfall today. The sleet will start developing around the Sandhills initially to start late afternoon, and then by this evening transitioning over to some snowfall. We still have questions including how far north that snowfall actually makes it, and really the question mark lies within an area closer to I-85 and off to the north. So that's something we'll be monitoring closely throughout the day, and those model trends of course, and just looking simply at what's happening on the satellite radar. We have this winter storm warning still until 7 o'clock this morning, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning that is, and west we still have the winter weather advisory until 4 o'clock Sunday morning. So here's what you can expect: several more dry hours today. Cloudy skies, cold conditions, feels like temperatures down into the teens and 20s this morning and for much of the afternoon. We'll see some snow flurries at times into early afternoon, but for the most part a rather quiet start to the afternoon hours. Snowfall starts developing later today and tonight will continue into early Saturday morning. It starts as sleet for areas south around the Sandhills and then starts to transition moderate to high travel impacts. Travel really a concern already with ice now and building as we see more accumulating snow and sleet. So here's the low pressure, one variable on what's happening with our weather over the next 18 hours. It's going to track along this frontal boundary. Look at snowfall totals, lesser potential mainly north and west of I-85, and this is the area really with the big question mark behind it. Steve Stewart will have more on that coming up. Along I-95, greatest snow impacts 3 to 4 inches generally, some isolated higher totals possible. As we get into the Raleigh area down into Smithfield, Goldsboro, 2 to 3 inches generally. However, some spots may see just 1 to 2, even up at towards Durham, Fayetteville, between 1 and 3 inches of snow. Greatest ice concerns south of Raleigh, south of Wilson into Wayne County, but greatest down into Sampson County, and that's where we have potential to see maybe a quarter up to 1/2 of an inch of ice. But we're already seeing the ice impacts this morning, and that's because of what fell yesterday and temperatures down below freezing. Here's Steve with more on that.
That's right. Yeah, Quaylen. I mean, temperatures right now below freezing, and don't expect to see much in the way of warming as we go through the day today. Matter of fact, numbers will probably just hold steady right on through the day, if not drop a little bit. Feels like temperatures in the teens and 20s right now, and that's also going to be the case as we go through your morning hours. Not much in the way of precipitation other than a flurry or two. It's really late afternoon, evening when that moisture starts coming up from the south. This is a cold day. I mean, the last time we had a high temperature below 31 degrees was 1,475 days ago, January 7th, back in 2018 when it was 30 degrees. So this is pretty rare for us to be this cold for a high temperature. For us, we're really talking about the roads, as Quaylen was mentioning. That's going to be significant impacts here locally. The farther south, as far as power outages, that's going to be a concern along the coast where they have an ice storm warning. For us, snow totals, bit of a challenge right now. Colder air supports more snow depth. So the colder it is, the more that moisture can stack. It doesn't mean we're getting more moisture. It just means those flakes are more fluffy and they stack differently, more like a northern event. Because a lot of times our snow, we're around freezing and sometimes a little bit above freezing. But this is going to be this evening. We're going to be in the mid-20s when the majority of this snow is happening. So that's going to stack a little bit of a challenge with that. How far north does the snow bands reach? That's also a bit of a challenge. And the Sandhills will have sleet to start and then the snow. So that could limit the totals. And that coastal low that Quaylen was talking about is not going to wrap up and really intensify right along our coast. So we need some other mechanism to really give us the lift that we need. And this little shortwave trough is going to be coming in. Winds aloft, we call this a jet streak, is going to support that vertical lift. So we're kind of banking on this happening to help squeeze out as much moisture as possible. But the thing about these short waves, this is progressive. It's going to move right on through. This isn't going to be a low that lingers along the coast. So this is going to move through fairly quickly. Also could put a little limiting factor on how much snow that we get. So over the next 24 hours, really feel the triangle and points northward. This is mainly snow late day into the evening hours. It'll start as sleet sleet first in the Sandhills and then transition over. And that freezing rain is mainly confined down to the coast. And parts of Wake County and off to the north and east is the best chance for a decent amount of snow here. That's where most of the models are showing the axis of moisture, where we could see potentially quite a few inches shaping up. As Quaylen was saying, 3 to 4, but it wouldn't surprise us with this cold air if we get a little bit more than that. All right, so there you see, this is around 2, 3 in the afternoon, give or take a little bit. We've got sleet here, but no, I'm not going to move my hand. Notice that sleet line doesn't grow north. If anything, it goes the other direction. So everything north of that, primarily snow. Our in-house model now backing up the snow a little bit, but still a big question mark up here. This zone of uncertainty, if you will, how far the back edge of that snow is going to make it. But our model says everyone's going to get some snow tonight. And where you see some of these darker shades, that's some heavier snow coming on down. But as I said, that trough is progressive. It's going to move on out, and we're back to sunshine tomorrow. But keep those heavy coats handy, Quaylen. We got some cold mornings coming up.
Oh, some really cold mornings down into the teens tomorrow morning and Sunday morning. We do have potential to get above freezing Saturday, but for just a short time. 45 degrees on Sunday. So we will get some melting this weekend, but just not much. We'll get refreeze potential each night. Into Tuesday, a slight chance of showers. That's with our next frontal boundary. The high temperature Tuesday right around 50 degrees. That front comes through. It comes with some colder air as well. Still down around the freezing mark Wednesday morning. 42 degrees with chilly conditions. Wednesday, by Thursday morning, we're down to 21 degrees as we start Thursday. 39 degrees the afternoon temperature Thursday with lots of sunshine. Right now,